Hello everyone, welcome back to the Core Engineering YouTube channel. Have you ever noticed a circular pressure gauge on pipelines, compressor, boilers or pumps and wondered how this small device measures pressure so accurately without any electricity? Why I said without any electricity? Because this is a mechanical gauge. So in today's video we are going to discuss about the Bourdon's pressure gauge. Okay, what we will discuss in this video, we will discuss about the what is Bourdon's pressure gauge, the construction of the Bourdon pressure gauge, working principle, types of Bourdon tubes, advantages and limitation, and in the last I'll also tell you about the industrial application and the most asked interview questions about the Bourdon's pressure gauge. So let's start the video. If you are new in our YouTube channel, so please subscribe our YouTube channel and let's start the video. So if I talk about the introduction of the Bourdon's pressure gauge, it is a mechanical gauge, right? Means no external power supply is required. Okay, then it is used to measure high pressure as well as low pressure, but it is not too good while measuring the low pressure. Okay, this is one limitation, we will discuss about it later. The main function of the pressure gauge is how it works. It converts your pressure energy, the pressure which it will feel, the Bourdon tube will feel of that line. Okay, and so it converts the pressure energy into mechanical displacement, and after that mechanical displacement you will see with this pointer, with the help of this pointer, and this is your calibrated scale, so you will see whatever the pressure will be within this line. Okay, that's how you will see the pressure. So what's the Bourdon's pressure gauge do? It converts your pressure energy into the mechanical displacement, you can say as simple as. Okay, now commonly you will see Bourdon pressure gauge in oil and gas plant, chemical industries, boiler and steam system. If you have ever seen the boiler plant, so you will see the Bourdon pressure gauge there definitely, and in the hydraulic system, in compressor and pumps, you will see the Bourdon pressure gauge. Okay, now let's talk about the parts of the Bourdon's pressure gauge. Okay, so we will discuss here the parts of the Bourdon pressure gauge. This is your one Bourdon pressure gauge. Okay, so this red one you will see the hollow tube. This is your Bourdon tube. Okay, coil tube sometimes we say, but we will say here the Bourdon tube. Okay, this is your Bourdon tube from where the you can say the liquid or the fluid will enter. Okay, so your Bourdon pressure gauge is used to measure the pressure of the liquid as well as the gases. So this is your hollow metallic tube, and if I talk about its cross section, so it is, you can see here, it is oval and elliptical. Okay, and it is bent into the C shape. You can see here simply this is kind of C shape. Okay, because this is very important to understand the part. So why? Because when we will discuss about the working, so you will be easily understand how it works. Now if you will see here, the one end is connected to the point whose pressure is to be measured. So this is your one point, and the second point is this one, which is connected with the linkage system and it is sealed. Okay, then only your fluid will enter from here and it will be trapped. Got it my point? Now if I talk about the material of this Bourdon tube, that you can see when you will prepare the Bourdon tube pressure gauge data sheet or instrument data sheet. So this material can be your brass, nickel, stainless steel, okay, etc. And please let me know if you have used any other material. Then this is your pointer. Okay, when your pressure gauge will work, so this pointer will move, okay, your clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, right? And due to this pointer only you can see here the reading of your pressure. And this is your calibrated scale, means whatever, like you can say, let's suppose if I am measuring the pressure in the PSIG, so it will show you how much PSIG, right? Then this is your deflection of free end, and this is your linkage system or mechanism. Okay, when it will feel the pressure, so with the help of the linkage mechanism, this pointer will move up like clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, and based on that it will show the pressure. Now some other parts as well we can discuss here. The first is your pressure socket. The pressure socket means this point, okay, from where it is connected with your system, or like whose pressure is to be measured. In my case, this is your one line. Let's suppose this line is 4 inch. Now it is connected with this 4-inch line. So here it will be connected, and you will see, you will provide that information in your instrument data sheet as well. right? So pointer we have already discussed, okay? And you can see this Bourdon pressure gauge in PSIG, okay? The unit, like I hope you know about the unit of the pressure. We measure the pressure in bar, we measure in PSIG, we measure in kilogram per centimeter square as well, right? Please let me know if you have seen the Bourdon tube pressure gauge. So what is the unit you have seen in the Bourdon tube pressure gauge? Okay, now we will discuss about the working of the Bourdon tube pressure gauge, and if you have any doubt so far, you can please let me know in the comment section. And if you want I help you in your upcoming interview or in resume building, so you can simply connect with us in LinkedIn as well as in the Instagram. You can message me there. So if I talk about the working principle of the Bourdon's pressure gauge, so it works on the principle of elastic deformation of a curved tube under pressure. Means whenever the pressure will be applied into this Bourdon tube, what will happen? The elastic deformation will be happen of a curved tube, this C type, okay, which we have already discussed. And when this pressure will be released, so it will again come in its initial stage. Okay, now let's understand step by step how this Bourdon tube will work. So simply understand that when the pressure enters into the Bourdon's tube, so what will happen, that the internal pressure will increase. Okay, so it will go like that, internal pressure will increase, and because the tube has the oval cross section, you can see here, or the C type, so it tends to become circular when pressurized. So when the pressure will be applied, so what will happen, that it will try to become a circular. Because why? Because you are applying the pressure, okay, and it is sealed here, and this causes the curved tube to strengthen slightly. Okay, so your pressure enters from here, right? It will make this tube circular somehow. Now what will happen, that because of this linkage mechanism, it is connected with your pointer and with the Bourdon tube as well, and here it is sealed. So now what will happen, that as it will feel the pressure and the pressure will be applied here, this pointer will move, and this pointer will move in this direction, means your clockwise direction, if the pressure will increase, right? And when the pressure will be released, so it will move in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, and based on that you can see the pressure reading in the calibrated scale. Okay, that's how this Bourdon tube pressure gauge works. So what is happening here, if you will see here, the elastic deformation is happening. Why? Because first of all, it is the shape you will see here, the shape is C type. Okay, now when you are applying the pressure, so what will happen, that because of this linkage mechanism, it will feel the pressure, and this pointer will be move your, you can say, in the clockwise direction as the pressure will be increased, and it will go in the anti-clockwise direction when the pressure will be released, and that's how you will see the pressure reading in the calibrated scale. Got it my point? So that's how the that's how the pressure gauge works. So whenever you see the pressure gauge, please understand this working which I told you. Now if you have any doubt so far, please let me know in the comments box. I read your all the comments and I'll give you the reply as soon as possible. Now if I talk about the types of the pressure gauge, so it depends your which fluid you are using, okay, and the application of the pressure gauge, right? So it is comes in the C type as well, spider type as well, and the helical type as well, which you can see in the screen, the types of the Bourdon gauge. Okay, now we will discuss about the advantage of the Bourdon pressure gauge. Okay, see, this is the mechanical gauge, so very simple. One advantage is that it is simple in construction, and because it is a mechanical gauge, so one time you have to install, you do not have to do anything with the DCS or with the PLC, so low in cost as well. Then no power is required, rugged and reliable, wide pressure range measurement as well, because I have already told you earlier that it is used to measure the high pressure as well as low pressure as well. Now because the construction is simple, so it is easy in maintenance. Okay, this is the advantages of your Bourdon pressure gauge. Now what could be the disadvantages? Now the first disadvantage, which I have also already told you initially, that it is not too good in the low pressure management. When you are measuring a very low pressure, so in that case the Bourdon pressure gauge is not that good. Okay, another disadvantage is accuracy affected by the vibration. If there will be the vibration, and because it is a mechanical device, so your accuracy will be disturbed. Then the temperature changes may cause error, and the fourth is mechanical wear over the time. Okay, because this is the mechanical gauge. So these are the some limitation of the Bourdon pressure gauge. Now if I talk about the industrial application of the Bourdon pressure gauge, so you can see the Bourdon pressure gauge in the steam boiler. You can also see in the hydraulic press, air pressure, you can see the instrument air system or nitrogen air system, then your refrigeration system, chemical reactors, gas pipelines, pump discharge line. Basically anywhere pressure monitoring is required, most of the time Bourdon's pressure gauge will be there. Okay, I hope you understood this point. Now I will tell you about the what type of the interview questions asked about the Bourdon's pressure gauge. Okay, so these three questions are frequently asked in an interview whenever there is a question from the Bourdon's pressure gauge. The first is your working principle of the Bourdon pressure gauge. The second is why there is the oval section or oval shape of your Bourdon pressure gauge tube, and the third is why glycerine oil is filled. So why glycerine filled gauges are used? So simply to reduce the vibration and pointer fluctuation. Okay, because you will see, let's suppose if it is in the pump discharge. Okay, so what will happen, that there will be the vibration. So and if the oil will not be there, so this pointer could be damaged. So they filled the glycerine within this within the dial of the PG. Okay, then this why oval section is there, so to create a movement when pressurized, because you have seen already the working of the pressure gauge. And in the last, what is the principle of the Bourdon pressure gauge? Please let me know in the comments box what is the principle of the Bourdon's pressure gauge. So if you have understood something new from this video, please like this video, share this video with your friends, and subscribe our YouTube channel if you are new to Core Engineering YouTube channel. And please let me know if you want I help you in your upcoming interview. So that's all for the today's video. Thanks for watching. Keep learning. Thank you. Bye bye.